Besides the fact that this is turning into an absolutely outstanding piece of wood right before my eyes. What I'm trying to achieve is this white line, this little plastic spacer. The customer wants it left there for originality. This was a 50s, 60s thing. I know some gun dealers nowadays about having an allergic reaction if you have a white line in their stock. But anyway, the customer is always right, and I have no problem with that at all. But these things tend to shrink a little, and so that white line is a little bit lower than this black. It's a little bit recessed. So you can see where I'm actually sanding to where the white line is kind of yellowed over time. And when I get down to white with that sandpaper, then I switch to a finer sandpaper. See, this is kind of yellowed out right there, and it's white up here. Well, that means that it's time to switch to a finer sandpaper. I'm down to 120 on this sand block I'm using. I start with 50 and then 80 and then 120, and then I go to hand sandpaper. But that's what all the sanding and the ruckus is about, and that's what I'm going to. That's my mark, is that white line right there. And I've left, when I cut that with a bandsaw, I get it close, but I don't get down into the pad or the white line. The white liner, I should say. So anyway, that's what I'm after. That's what I'm trying to do here. And when I'm working on a stalk, I don't work on the whole stalk. I divide it up into 5 parts. First, I get it to where it fits the metal, where the wood that touches the metal fits to within a sandable distance. And then I start with the top, and I get the top right, keeping my center line. You can sort of see what's left of that center line right there. Keep my center line in mind, and I get the top from about here up, and then I'll flip it over and I'll do the bottom. After I get the top and bottom done, I simply connect the dots from the bottom up to the top, and it's just that simple. So I do the middle, the top, bottom, and then the sides. And when you connect if you connect the front to the back on the top, you connect the same thing on the bottom, front to back, and then you connect from that side to that side. It's a lot easier, and it's a lot it's more of a sure thing that you're going to get it symmetrical, because you're doing it in an orderly fashion. You don't just grab a rasp and just start hacking on a piece of wood. It hardly ever turns out well that way. So there's method to my madness. black plastic cap. I've sanded it down to 320. Still got some little scratches in it just because of the nature of the plastic. But I'll take that down to 600 and then I'll buff it lightly, just a light sheen, not a high gloss.